Good morning, everyone. Time for the weekly video. Actually, a lot going on this week since the last time I made a video. Most of it's not good, so jump right into it. So this area is getting weedy again. Cow just stays steady. It's not really growing a lot, but plenty there to eat. And there goes the little rabbit. Get away. Alright, well, the melon isn't getting much bigger, and the plant looks awful, so not really expecting that to do anything. Okay, here's the main garden. It is falling apart, and everything is dying off. The yellow squash is still being productive, so that's a good thing. There's still more growing, even in this other plant. Not as many, but still growing. Now the zucchini plants are pretty much done for. This one definitely done for. There might be one more to pick in there. That'd be about it. This was my super productive one, and it looks like it is done for. Although it has a little new growth coming off here, so might clean out the dead parts, leave that there, see what happens. One bright spot is the tomatoes. The beefsteak tomatoes, we actually have some down here. It's the first time I've seen those. That's good to see. And there, so it looks like there's actually tomatoes starting on these guys. It does kind of get stunted when it gets too much into the bird netting, but then the cherry tomatoes. If all these would get starting tomatoes, I'm gonna have a lot of tomatoes. And I don't really see many growing. Once I get over to the other side, I can show you some. There's one down there. I don't know if all those will turn into tomatoes, but it's just a jungle of tomatoes, and I've been trying to keep up on the diseased leaves, which is never something I'm able to do very well. I always start slacking on it. I need to get out there and do that again. Jalapeno pepper plant, I picked all of them, so now I don't have any currently growing. So hopefully that'll promote a lot more to grow since it has none. Really kind of disappointed in that one this year. The cucumber plant down here. No cucumbers, but looks healthy enough. And if you look in there, you can see some of the little cherry tomato guys. So there's some down there, pretty much all over right now. And the plant growing out here. Surprised the deer haven't eaten that yet. They've eaten everything else. Oh, look at that! The little bastards are reaching over the netting. I guess I'm gonna have to try to get this raised somehow. Man, they're brutal this year. They are brutal. Okay, here's the main area on this side. And as you can tell, everything's dying. This is time to get the butternut squash. I have some live here, but I don't even know where that's coming from. Pumpkin vine is dead. I need to get those taken out. And I didn't realize it, but I have a bell pepper plant here. I need to somehow get him tied up. It actually has some bell peppers on there. I'll take care of that today. That'll be priority number one. Maybe after protecting the tomatoes from the deer. Beans are super productive, but Looks like the deer have moved on to the beans. Man, they hadn't done that yet. Maybe the rabbits. There's been a lot of rabbit today, or this past week. I am getting some lima beans, which is, love that. Love lima beans, but I have not been successful in growing them yet. I believe this was a lima bean plant too. The green beans, I've picked so many green beans this year. They're just all over. There's a butternut growing in them. Having green beans tonight. Need to come out and pick some more, even though I don't need them. Hey, another butternut. Yeah, I didn't plant butternut this year, or pumpkin, but I got them. The gherkin still is healthy enough. Still being productive. You see all the little gherkins in there. Yeah, probably need to come out and pick some more of those again. Those are doing well. This butternut growing up the arbor, but I think that's the only one that grew on it down here. Some more gherkins. Not a whole lot going on in here, just a big mess of weeds and deer food. I did eat one of these tomatoes off this deer food plant. And then the garlic in here. Probably not getting anything off that. Did have a yellow one, but it had this brown stuff on it, so didn't bother eating it. Volunteer tomato plant. Certainly not going to be time for that. This cucumber plant got disease, so I'm not expecting to get anything off of it. Got my bell pepper plants under here that are doing really well. Starting to turn color. Some red ones in there. Look at that. Those pretty. Nice red one down there. I don't know if you can see it or not. One's over here. And get my habanero seedlings. I'll be overwintering for next year. I like to make a lot of hot sauce, and sadly, I will not have any habaneros to do that this year. Okay. I don't know what I'm supposed to do about the deer and the rabbit, unless I fence off my whole yard. Okay, the Kentucky pole beans. As you can see here, the deer are thoroughly enjoying these now. Good God. They are relentless. But I do have some beans. I mean, there's so much deer damage, and they're just going to keep eating it. So I guess I need to figure something out or just give up on the garden. Because the deer are as bad as they've ever been. These bell pepper plants aren't overly productive, but something is better than nothing. I wouldn't have grown anything here anyway. Oh, that's a goner. Got some kind of rot. Okay, that's a shame. That one changing colors there. Raspberries. Growing kind of weird. Getting some canes that have raspberries. And other ones that are few weeks behind, growing at a different rate. Look how many raspberries are on that one. I'm not expecting a lot this year. I never get a lot. I'm half considering cutting these out for next year. My second planting a zucchini plant, looking very nice. Never grown zucchini over here, so I don't know how well it'll do, but there's one there. Getting ready to start. Kentucky, or the Scarlet Runner beans. I'm sure the deer are going to love this one too. It is actually starting to... Where'd they go? I had a whole bunch of beans the other day. Got a bean here, one here, a couple here, one there. So finally starting to make some beans. Don't know how you eat them, but that's what YouTube's for, right? This one grew crazy. I did read that they don't like to put the beans on in the heat. You can see like all the flowers just drop off of this thing. All of them. Very few beans. Maybe you'll start picking up now that the weather's getting cooler. My other zucchini plant. Nothing on it. I haven't gotten any off of it yet. So, can hope. Some more deer food over here. This char's gone, so now they're eating my cucumber plants, which they've never really done before. I don't know. Start poisoning these things, maybe they'll all die. Ruthless. There's a cucumber starting. Yeah, this is supposed to be like a little. Look at that. There's a nice cucumber. These bell pepper plants here that were covered in radishes that were pretty high. I'm actually starting to put some bell peppers on. Hopefully there's time left in the season. I just need to eat this onion out. So I did plant peas over here, and they have come up. So hopefully it'll be cool enough that you can see deer feet. Deer left their prints. These will all be eaten by the rabbits if I don't cover it up somehow. So if I don't do that soon, these just won't amount to anything. I don't know why the deer won't eat the radish pods. They can have these things and leave the rest of my stuff alone, although it does look like how many of the tops of these are eaten off. Damn. The carrots, I'm pulling out some really, really nice carrots lately. Pulled one out from here that was the biggest carrot I've ever grown. The thing was huge. You can see the carrots coming up. I need to pull some of them. Plenty of flowers. Still haven't looked up how to save the seeds. I'm not sure I'll be able to, but I could just let them die here and plant themselves. And look at that, something me to. Good Lord. Okay. Don't have anything here. I need to dig up the red potatoes there. I need to do that in the next few days. Yeah, this is where the Swiss chard was. And I took a lot of green onion seeds and threw them here. Then without thinking, I put the grass down, so I'm not going to get any green onions through the grass. I have to take that grass out. The asparagus fern. Going very well. Always do. Okay. And the front area. Probably going to have to be time to pull the weeds again. It's been almost a week or two. But if nothing else, I'll get a couple bell peppers. There. Guy there. Got some deer food growing there. Got a little bell pepper there. If I keep it weeded, maybe I'll get something. Some more deer food here. Actually has some flowers getting put on there, which is weird because it's so small. And stuff you can't eat. I don't know why people grow stuff you can't eat. Just kidding. Don't know what this is. But it comes up every year and gets a nice flower. It's that time of year for it. Anyway, got some more weeding to do, got some harvesting to do. Some mushrooms. I wonder if they're edible. Probably not. The raspberries. This one I gave up for dead, but it's got some green leaves there, so keep them for now. These guys are still hanging in. Not doing great, but hopefully they'll survive. Alrighty, well, that's what I have for now. The deer are worse than I thought. Lots of plants are dying off. Still plenty growing and plenty that needs to be harvested. Lettuce still has not gone to flower, but it's close. Some radish pods I could probably take off. Anyway, thanks for watching this week, and hopefully next week I'll have a little more cleaned up and deer protected. That deer getting over that netting is really depressing. I have some bells for fishing you put on the fishing line, and I wonder if I put it on there if it'll scare them off when they rattle them. And here's a quick update on the lemon tree. It hasn't changed. Actually looking worse. Less leaves. Alrighty, thanks for watching, and I will catch everybody up again next week.